Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about my mental health. A few months ago, I made a video about how I was depressed. I'm pretty much always depressed, but I included a little tidbit that I found a therapist in Japan, and I've been seeing a therapist. It's not even a therapist, low key, high key, it's a psychiatrist. But I just want to give a little update because I have been seeing a professional about my mental health. Just a quick backstory. My depression started when after I graduated from university, so like post grad depression is what they call it, along with other traumas that happened in my life. I'm not gonna get into those. So I've been like in and out of depression for years. And at one point it got so bad that I tried to myself out the game, to try to take myself out the game. But I instantly regretted it. Called my mama. She called for help just in time, and I'm here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Please don't mind my hair. This is the first wrap of the season, and I didn't really use any flat irons. I'm trying to stay away from that. In my previous video, I talked about my hair, but come back. Focus. We're focusing on our mental health. So, this past year, I have been in and out of depression a little bit more frequently, and I just thought it was just regular clinical depression, I guess. So when I made this appointment, I'm like, I want to be better. There are goals that I want to attain that I just am not doing it. Like I was just doing regular, like I guess herbs, the herbal medicine, not medicine, exercise, like exercise, light therapy, vitamin D. I was just doing a bunch of like herbal, non-traditional, traditional East. I don't know how to say it. My brain is all jumbled. I wasn't getting professional help because I'm like, I can do it myself. I got this. I ain't you ain't gonna tell me what to do. I know how to do. I know how to my mental health. I know what I'm working with. Okay, like my hair is like reverting in real time. That's kind of crazy. So, okay, she cute. So, yeah, I was like, I need help. So I found an English speaking mental health clinic here, and the lady was so nice. She spoke English. She's such a sweet lady. The receptionist, I would say, such a sweet lady. So I'm like, okay, I think this is, this gonna work out well for me. Went to the first appointment, and I told the doctor, I'm like, yeah, I just been like in a lot of. I didn't. How am I doing this voice? I was like, yeah, I just pretty much I have been depressed for like a long time. A long time depressed. Then I come out the depression and I'm good. I'm productive. I make content. I do my hobbies. I go to the gym. And then I get back depressed. What I realized is what triggered my depression is work. Going to work. I love my students. Let me preface this. I love my students, but I hate working in a company that's just money, 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 money. I pretty much work for Mr. Krabs. Okay? At least I feel like Mr. Krabs had a heart sometimes, if it wasn't made of gold. So I was working like 6 days a week just to, have some extra money. And even though I live in a very big, comfortable apartment, 3 bedroom, and I pay like $350 a month, because the cost of living in Japan is like very low. It's still not enough. Like I literally work to pay my taxes, and that's it. I work to pay taxes. Like I haven't been home in years. I haven't been able to send packages because I literally just work to pay taxes. And that is very annoying. So this last time I was really depressed, I'm like, I had this idea, right? So I stopped drinking for a year, and me not drinking alcohol for a whole year brought me clarity about how I can get up out of my current position as an English teacher and go into like what I really want to, which is like full-time content creation, full-time entertainer. I just want to entertain motherfuckers. I want to get paid. I'm a very talented being. I'm very creative. And I can't really express that at work. So yeah, I started this project, but then I got depressed and I'm like, okay, I need help. Anyways, focus. So I'm telling my therapist pretty much what I'm telling y'all, and he was like, also, I took a test for ADHD because I'm like, I know I got it. I just know I got it. It's not just a focus thing. It's a bunch of other stuff. I've had it since I was a child. The only thing that really works for me when it comes to that is a planned, systematic scheduled environment. So I thrived in school because there was schedules. As an adult, creating my own schedule is very difficult. Sticking to my own schedule is very difficult. I digress. So I took a test for adult ADHD. I passed with flying colors. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. So he was like, yeah, you definitely have ADHD. But I knew that. Like, tell me something I don't know, sir. Tell me something I don't know, sensei. And he was like, also based off of what you told me about your mood, I'm gonna diagnose you with bipolar 2 disorder. And I was like, oh, that is kind of surprising because I thought he was just gonna say, yeah, you're clinically depressed. Here's some medicine because I know I wanted medicine, and I guess I was more shocked or surprised because this shit is hereditary. I get it from my mama. So yeah, my mom is bipolar, same bipolar 2. So I called her and joked that I belong to the club, and we like was talking about medicine and stuff. So anyways, come back to the main story. He's prescribed me with lithium, just a very low dose of lithium. Okay, why my forehead look extra big? Let's cover that back up. This can stay like this. So he pretty much diagnosed me. He gave me that, and I was like, okay, well, I do wanna. I'm getting messages that's like very distracting. Okay, so ignore it. Yeah, so I started taking that, and like I would say, I kind of noticed like not an immediate difference, but maybe after like a few days, I felt balanced. Because when I went to see my doctor, I was kind of like in a manic phase, not super manic, but just like high energy, highly motivated, ready to whoop 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 get shit done. And I almost canceled that appointment because of how I felt, and I'm glad I didn't cancel it. Because usually whenever I'm like out of the depression and I feel good, I just like, I don't need that anymore. So I stuck with it. Proud of myself for doing that. And after a few days on the lithium, I was like balanced. Usually after that little high of mania, I'd come down slowly. But I didn't. I mean, I did. I came down to a baseline. And within like those first 2 weeks of being on lithium, I started my project. I was on a roll, and I was like, okay, now let's tackle this ADHD. And my second appointment with the psychiatrist, because it's not therapy, I've been new psychiatry is medicine, therapy is like just talking about your feelings. Here in Japan, at least in mental health clinics, it's more so focused on medication. You go, you tell them your symptoms, they give you medicine, you come back in like 2 weeks, and then you tell them your symptoms again. So I don't really talk about my feelings per se, but I don't really need to talk about my feelings because I'm high functioning. I know how to take care of myself in that realm. I therapize myself all the time. I just need a medication. And so he put me on Intuniv for the ADHD, and that was probably one of the worst things I could have done to myself because it made me, I don't want to say a zombie because zombies are like, they don't think clearly, I guess. But I was so tired. Like, I was in my lessons like these, hoping and praying. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I hope that they don't, not report me, but complain about me falling asleep. Nobody did, thank goodness. I'm always good at just like holding my yawns in. I'm like, whenever I got a yawn. But this time I was like, I had my pen and I was like kind of stabbing my thigh just to stay awake. It wasn't working. So I'm like, I told him like I can't do this anymore. So because of that, he took me off of that. But then I feel like I wasted 2 weeks because I wasn't like that productive. And that did like, damn, it's hot. I'm gonna have to put my hair in a ponytail. Where is the dang? I just want a ponytail holder. I had a ponytail holder close to me, but I think I put it away. I don't feel like getting up. Anyways, let's just do like this. So, where was I? So, I stopped taking that, and then I ended up getting like really sick for my kids because it's also like cold and flu season now. At the time, it still is, but the start of it. I got really sick, had like a really bad sinus infection, and then like also my period was at the time and it was like really bad, and I just was not working on my passion project, and I just started to feel so sad about that, mixed with seasonal depression starting to come, and I'm like, bruh, I can't catch a break. I can't catch a break. And so the last time I went to see my psychiatrist, which is like a week or two ago. I basically told him about this, and I'm like beating myself up because I'm not being as productive as I want to be. And so I was like, can we just like up the ante, up the dosage or something? Because I cannot spend another winter just laying in bed doing nothing, laying in bed like just depressed. So instead of like upping the lithium, he gave me a different type of. Oh, let me back up because we were gonna do the ADHD medication again, and he was like, "I'm gonna start you on this medication called Concerta after we get this infection out of me or whatever was going on with my physical health." And then I did some research on that. It's pretty much the same symptoms as the Intuitive, and I was like, nope. You know what I have been living with is ADHD my entire life. And I realized when it came to projects and stuff, as long as I set a deadline, even if I don't work on it, I'm gonna fuck it up. I always understand the assignment and I always do really well the last minute. So that's just how I'm gonna approach my little passion project. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. Not on this video, maybe another video. But so yeah, anyways, last time I saw him, he added a different medication. I don't even remember the name of the medication, but it's very, very small dose that I think it just adds serotonin to your brain. It just gives you extra happy chemicals. And it's this other drug that because this medicine gives you like I guess like nausea side effects and stuff and like heart boom 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 type shit. So he gave me like that to kind of balance out those. And when I at first, I'm like, when is this gonna work? I'm still very sad. I just don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do nothing. Basic, like self care. I was just like not in a mood for. But I say like after like 3 days on it, I started to feel back to being balanced. And that's where we are now, ladies and gents. Your girl is stable, which is why I'm able to make this video, even though the initial video was like 3 months ago. I've been in psychiatry treatment for October, November, December, maybe like 2.5 months now. Best decision of my life. So I'm saying all of this to say if you need help, go seek it because no one is going to save you unless you want to be saved. All right, that's all, folks. Thanks for watching. Mite kudasai arigatou gozaimasu. Matere.